the Toronto Blue Jays are making moves. We have multiple new updates and moves to go over today. Some of these moves have fans fired up. We're going to break down exactly what those are and discuss what it means going forward. We're also going to discuss an absolutely insane game to witness as the Blue Jays come out and do something that we have all been waiting for and all been clamoring about, including one particular player that not only continues to shine, but it continues to absolutely fool opposing hitters. We're going to break down all of that on this episode as there's a ton to go over today. But before we get into it, folks, if you're part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Jays content. Your guys' support has been unbelievable. And if you're a part of the percentage who aren't subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 17,000 subscribers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of stuff to go over today. We're going to start with a couple moves that the Jays are making. We have a huge, update, and then of course we'll dive into the game, which was a very interesting game this afternoon. And let's start with, of course, we'll go Chris Bassitt. We'll dive into that in a minute, but I want to start with a couple of the moves. Now, last night they made a move, or a couple of days ago, on Monday, recalling Addison Barger from AAA after Nathan Lucas went on the paternity list. Now, Addison Barger played today. He played yesterday. He went hitless in both games, unfortunately, and he didn't get a hit within his call-up. But fans have been clamoring for this for a while, to give Addison Barger a shot and to really give him an opportunity here to, really outplay Nathan Lucas, because Nathan Lucas has been bad. And he got called up, and there was a lot of fans saying, hopefully he stays. That's not going to be the case. Keegan Maz, you can see here, the Nathan Lucas baby has arrived. The Varsho baby is expected to arrive today, but Nathan Lucas will rejoin the team before Friday's game in Toronto, according to Keegan Matheson. So this is a move they're going to make now, which means all signs point to Addison Barger being sent back down. So they've made multiple moves in the past couple days, but this specific move, all signs point to, Barger being sent back down. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit. We'll probably have another video on it at some point here soon. It's a very interesting thing because Nathan Lucas has struggled a lot this season. The only reason he's really on the team is because Dalton Varsho hasn't been healthy, and they like the versatility of him in center field. Now, we saw from Addison Barger both today and before, and his first game with the Jays in right field, he's been playing decent outfield, but he hasn't been able to fully put contact on the ball. But at the same time, neither has Nathan Lucas. And a lot of fans out there are hoping and clamoring that, hey, let's just bring Nathan Lucas down, or, DFA and whatever it takes to get Addison Barger or somebody else back on this team. Even guys like Jonathan Clase, he's someone who fans are clamoring for. We'll have videos on that. But as it pertains to the Jays right now, Nathan Lucas is coming back. And not only is Nathan Lucas coming back, but Addison Barger in his brief stint here is going to be sent back down. Now, as this pertains to, of course, the future of the team, regarding call-ups, Varsho is going to be, coming back very, very soon. Who gets sent down for him? That is still a question that is going to be, around the Jays. But for now, Barger's going to be sent back down after being called up just a couple days ago. At least all signs point to Barger. They could go a different route, but it makes all the sense in the world for them to send him back down. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But let's dive into the game now. And let me know down below what your thoughts are on this, and if you think that Barger should have stayed up instead of Nathan Lucas. The Jays come out in an afternoon game. You're going up against Spencer Strider, the Atlanta Braves ace, even though this is his first start in over a year. He's coming off of Tommy John surgery, all these different things. He looked absolutely dominant, especially in the first inning, basically, striking out the side. Luckily, Anthony Santander was, got a double there. But regardless of that, the Toronto Blue Jays came out and beat the Braves, winning the series, putting themselves at 11-8, a fantastic win percentage, thanks to a bunch of different people. We have Bichette, a huge RBI hit. You have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with his first home run of the year, which we'll dive into. Santander got another extra base hit. We also saw, of course, some other guys contribute, specifically Miles Straw. But I want to dive into the home run a little bit and what this, win means. Now, if you missed the home run, it was an absolute moonshot off Spencer Strider, by the way. Hang slider, absolutely crushed, completely out of the ballpark. And this is big because not only are the Jays now, atop of the AL East, technically, they're 11-8. The Yankees are 10-7. So we'll see how that, there's no point in looking at the standings quite yet. But regardless of that, they're top of the AL East by win percentage. They are looking very, very good. And in a game where their offense is slowly starting to come around, we saw a Santander home run in this home, series. We saw a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. home run. We're starting to see all the guys now who weren't hitting on their, 13 game or whatever it was, their long road trip, right? They weren't hitting. They're now starting to hit. Now that they come back home after that, 13-day road trip, 13-game road trip. And now it's very, very interesting. Obviously, 13-day road trip, not game. They've only played, not that many. But regardless of that, they've been doing very, very well. Now, they're in a very interesting spot because it is, this is obviously a huge win for the team. There's no doubt about it. And Chris Bassitt is literally the best pitcher in baseball right now. According to every analytic, this is another game where he didn't give up an earned run. He had 10 strikeouts in today's game by some crazy, I wouldn't even say miracle, by some crazy stretch of the imagination. a non-strikeout pitcher, a ground ball pitcher, and Chris Bassitt comes out and gets 10 Ks. His ERA is moved now to a 0.77 in 23 and a third innings. The Jays tied the franchise record for most strikeouts in a regular season game, a 9-inning game that is. And it was just absolutely dominant from start to finish for this team and for this game. And the Jays had a 1-0 lead off a Bichette double. And it just felt like, hey, the Jays actually have a chance to win this game, even though it was like 1-0 early in the game, the 4th or 5th inning. And that's because of how good Chris Bassitt has been and the bullpen as well. They didn't give up a single run aside from a Jeff Hoffman solo shot in the bottom of the in the top of the ninth, which was a swing that was a little bit crazy. I don't know how on earth that got out of the ballpark. But you have the starting pitching staff being some of the best in baseball. You have the bullpen really stepping up. Jimmy Garcia looked untouchable. He had 4 Ks in 1 1/3 inning. You have Brennan Little looking very solid. Nick Sand looking very solid. Like, everybody is looking so good and so interconnected, intertwined. They're playing for each other. They're winning these games. You have the hitters now. The top 3 carry you tonight. And in a season where the bottom half of the lineup has been carrying you all season long, you have Vladdy hitting a home run. You have Bichette continuing to get in the board. It's going to be a very scary sight. And I've been saying this for weeks now since the season started, almost, a month-ish ago, March 27th. It is going to be a scary sight when the Toronto Blue Jays, top of the order, March 29th, whatever it was, hit home runs, right? And they hit a home run today. They hit home runs yesterday. And I also want to give, not really an honorable mention, but a huge shout out to Myles Straw. Myles Straw, even though he didn't get a hit, and if you didn't watch the game, just look at the box score, you're probably thinking, okay, what did Myles Straw do? He has been unbelievable. He's been the team's best center fielder this year. But B, I guess aside from George Springer, if you count him as a center fielder, but one of the best and the biggest surprise of the year, I'd say, along with a couple other guys. But Myles Straw, he has looked fantastic. He drew a walk, he stole second, and then he scored on Bichette's double. And he is generating runs. He is stealing bases. We know he has platinum glove level defense. We know that he has a ton of speed. And for him to come out and not only show off that speed, but to steal a base and get them in a position against a guy like Spencer Strider, who is a very good pitcher, and he looked really scary tonight. He really did in his first return back. So if you're a Braves fan, shout out to him. He looked fantastic. It's good for baseball to see Spencer Strider back in the game. The Jays came out and got the job done. They are now 11-8, ladies and gentlemen, atop the AL East. The team is absolutely rolling. And again, they had 18 strikeouts through 8 innings. They finished with 19. Jeff Hoffman got 1 to finish the game. Just an incredible game and an incredible win for this Toronto Blue Jays team at a point where they kind of needed it. They needed to win this game. You now have an off day tomorrow, and you're at a point within this off day where not only are you you have now some time to really just sit back and absorb what the series was, because they started off getting absolutely pummeled in game 1, and then they come back-to-back games and take care of business against, albeit not a great team this year. They don't have Ronald Acuna Jr. They didn't have Marcell Ozuna. But these are the games you have to win, and these are the games that in the past, this Toronto Blue Jays team would not win. They would not win these games. They'd fold. And you've now won 2 series, split a series, and got swept in a series. So a very interesting year for the Jays so far, but that equates to 11-8 record, a great win percentage, top of the AL East, and hopefully this team can keep it up. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this, and of course the moves the Jays are making. We're going to keep you up to date with all the latest news all season long, so make sure to smash that subscribe button. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jays are back.